At this time, let's meet the starting lineups. First, for the visitors, the Cleveland State Cougars, coached by Haley Carroll. Leading off, playing left field, number 10, Giselle Tankersley. Batting second, your shortstop, number 9, Heidi Johnson. Batting third, the second baseman, number 16, Miley Howard. Batting cleanup, your third baseman, number 2, Jayla Young. Batting fifth and catching, number 11, Ella Blanzik.
It's Cleveland State, right?
Batting sixth in the circle, number 88, Savannah Bennett. Batting seventh, playing first base, number 12, Sloan Watson. The designated player, number 55, Destiny Jensen, will bat eighth. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 22, Milan Pemberton. For the Cougars in the flex position, playing right field, number 4, Layla Perry. And now for the home team, the Volunteer State Pioneers, coached by Christian Lynn. Leading off for them and playing second base, number 15, Alyssa Dixon. Batting second and in center field, number 77, Abby Merle. Batting third, your shortstop, number 29, Mally Grizzle. Batting cleanup, the third baseman, number 00, Maddie Shinton. Batting fifth, playing first base, number 5, Maddie Goad. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 1, Anaya Dawson. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 2, Caitlin Dillard. Batting eighth and catching, number 7, Kylie Irwin. And batting ninth, the designated player, number 9, Kirsten Smith. In the circle, in the flex position for the Pioneers, number 18, Grayson Nielsen. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you kindly please rise, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Ladies, let's play ball.
The following is a presentation of the Game Time Sports Network. From Eddie Campbell Field on the campus of Columbia State Community College in Columbia, Tennessee, it's the 2026 TCCAA Region 7 Softball Tournament. And now, from Eddie Campbell Field in Columbia, Tennessee, it's game time. Yes, indeed, folks. It is game time. I'm Jay Harper, Game Time Sports Network, along with producer Jonas Harmon. You just heard from public address announcer Bill Connolly as he announces the starting lineups. We are on the campus of Columbia State Community College, Columbia, Tennessee. It is a beautiful Saturday morning at Eddie Campbell Field. And boy, have we got a full day of baseball, well, softball action, frankly, not baseball. But anyway, we'll have baseball next week. Anyway, we've got a lot going on, just to put it plainly here for the next week or so, up through May 8th. Eddie Campbell Field, the home of the softball tournament here, and we have got the number 1 seed, Volunteer State Lady Pioneers, taking on the young ladies from Cleveland State, the Lady Cougars. The Lady Cougars coming through the tournament yesterday by run-ruling Motlow State. They got past them 8-0 in 5 innings. Giselle Tankersley with an incredible game yesterday for the Lady Cougars. We'll get to her dramatic stats here in just a bit. In the circle for Volunteer State, it is Grayson Nielsen, and Grayson comes in with a 2.76 ERA. This will be her 16th start of the year and her 22nd appearance behind the plate. For the Lady Pioneers, it's Kylie Irwin. Here is Giselle Tankersley leading things off for the Lady Cougars. Yesterday, she had the game of her life. 2 home runs and darn near hit a third and pitched a shutout. That 8-0 run rule game as Tankersley swings through that pitch to quickly go 0-2. Giselle will be followed by Heidi Johnson, the shortstop, and then it's Miley Howard, the second baseman. After yesterday's performance, that is just sneaking out into left field. Fielding it is Dillard. Caitlin Dillard, the left fielder, just out of the reach of the shortstop Grizzle, so there is a leadoff single for Giselle Tankersley. But after yesterday's performance, Giselle now hitting .336. It's the shortstop now, Heidi Johnson. Heidi, a sophomore from Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia, as she looks at a strike. Heidi now hitting .291. She does have a home run to her credit this season and plays a fine shortstop. Big swing and a miss. Grayson Nealon, the pitcher, she from Bowling Green, Kentucky. And misses outside with the fastball. A quick throw to keep Tankersley honest at first. Once again, the Lady Pioneer catcher is Kylie Irwin. The pitch now from Nealon. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes for the very first out as Heidi Johnson is dispensed with. Miley Howard, the second baseman now. Cleveland State comes into this game 8-21 in the conference, 11-34 overall. They are led by head coach Haley Carroll. And sliding in with a mouthful of dirt in second base is Tankersley as she takes the bag. Miley Howard, a .270 average this season. Miley, a freshman from Rossville, Georgia. Inside corner, and we've got a strike. 0-2. thus far. The pitcher, Grayson Nielsen. I'll get it right. Grayson Nielsen, she being very efficient, getting ahead of these hitters in this early portion of the game. Top of the first inning. And swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks for the pitcher, Grayson Nielsen. Stepping in now for the Lady Cougars, it's their third baseman, Jayla Young. Jayla kept super busy yesterday at third base. Tried to hold up but could not. So it's a first pitch strike. Nielsen again being very efficient, getting ahead of these hitters early. Lifted out to left field. And Dillard makes the catch. Aside from the Tankersley single, a very efficient inning. A 1-2-3-4 inning for the Lady Pioneers. Again, I'm Jay Harper, Game Time Sports Network. We have got a beautiful morning working here in Columbia, Tennessee. 58 degrees currently, with plenty of sunshine. Let's step aside briefly. This is the Game Time Sports Network.
I chose Columbia State because it was very convenient, it's close to home.
I get a real sense of community, a sense of family.
I absolutely fell in love with the campus and the faculty and the programs and everything like that, and it was so awesome for me.
Explore your opportunities.
In 1967, West Tennessee's first community college opened its doors. In the decades since, graduates have made a name for themselves as healthcare professionals, community leaders, business owners, veterans, educators, and so much more. With 3 generations of Jackson State graduates leading the way, the future has never looked brighter for West Tennessee. We are your community college. We are Jackson State.
Back we are on the campus of Columbia State Community College. Jay Harper along with producer Jonas Harmon. We've got Eddie Campbell Field as our home base here for the softball tournament, the TCCAA. Thanks once again to Athletic Director of Columbia State, Katie Willingham. She's buzzing around everywhere and doing a great job of keeping all the balls in the air to make this tournament run smoothly. Savannah Bennett is in the circle for the Lady Cougars. And her first opponent here to lead things off for the Lady Pioneers, Alyssa Dixon, the second baseman. And it's a strike. Alyssa is a freshman from Hazard, Kentucky. Savannah Bennett, this is actually her second start of the year. She has seen a bit of action, though. This is her 15th appearance, 37 and a third innings of work thus far, with a 7.5 ERA. 2 balls and 1 strike on Dixon. The pitch high. Waiting on deck, it's my bud, Abby Merle, the center fielder. I'll tell you about Abby here in just a bit. What a great kid. Swung on and fouled down the left field line. A full count already, quickly on the leadoff batter, Alyssa Dixon. The pitch delivered. Swung on, lifted out to left field. That's going to get over the left fielder's head, Tankersley. So chugging on into second base with a stand-up double is Alyssa Dixon.
Now batting in center field with number 77, Abby
the center fielder, Abby Merle. She, the next batter, she has made, and I was kidding with her before the game, she has made literally these Supergirl catches where she leaves her feet and lays out. I've seen her do it several times. And she said, "Oh, I love it. I'm so free out in center field." I got to know Abby last year. She actually was a player on this Cleveland State team last year, transferring to Vol State. Making her way to third base is Dixon, as the catcher, Ella Blansett, just couldn't quite grip that pitch. Haley Carroll, she already sees something she wants to have a chat about. The head coach making her way out to. All right, we're going to bring in. Wow, that's a quick move. Giselle Tankersley coming in from left field, as she will get in the pitcher circle now. She started yesterday's game. Now, I will say, when I was chatting with Coach Haley Carroll before the game, and we were commenting on how well Giselle did yesterday with those 2 home runs and pitched so well, I said, well, are we going to see Giselle in the circle today? And she kind of looked at me and smiled wryly and kind of gave me a wink and said, "Yeah, we'll probably see her at some point." Yeah, how about 1.5 batters in? So Giselle Tankersley, she, just took one batter. So Bennett moves from the circle out to left field, and Tankersley comes in rather quickly. So a rather sly move on the part of the head coach for the Cougars, Haley Carroll, deciding to go with Tankersley early on with a 2-0 count on Abby Merle. Trying to perhaps throw the Lady Pioneers a curveball, figuratively. A 3-0 pitch. Kind of always tough, in my opinion, for a pitcher to come in mid-count from another pitcher and be expected to, hey, go in there and don't lose the batter. There's a strike. Abby Merle coming in, hitting .390. She is not a home run hitter. She is a slap and haul tail to first base hitter, and she draws the walk. She rather speedy out in center field. She has an amazing 53 stolen bases. 53 stolen bases for Abby Merle, and she doesn't lead the team in that category. The young woman at third leads the team in that category. There goes Abby on defensive indifference as Merle now down at second base. So 2 runners in scoring position, nobody out for the number 1 seed, Volunteer State, Lady Pioneers. The batter, Mally Grizzle, the shortstop. And a strike from Giselle Tankersley. After yesterday's game, Giselle with a 7.06 ERA. This will be her 23rd appearance of the year. That's lifted out to right field. Chasing it down is Perry, but here comes up a little miscommunication. A run scores on that. Another run scores as Merle catches Cleveland State defense napping. 2 runs cross. Layla Perry and Miley Howard bumping into one another out in right field, and that ball drops. That should have been a catch. That should have been the first out. So an error on somebody. on either the right fielder or the second baseman. I'm guessing the right fielder, Layla Perry. So an unfortunate turn of events. Again, that should have been an out, but the error allows 2 runs to cross. Maddie Shinton, the third baseman, now the batter for the Lady Pioneers. 00, her number. Maddie hitting a cool .463. And get this, 20 home runs on the year. She alone has more home runs than many of the teams. Heidi Johnson looking the runner back, making a smooth play to get that first out. So it's a ground out to Johnson at short.
Baseman number 5, Maddie Goad.
We turn now to the first baseman, Maddie Goad. Maddie, a freshman from Tullahoma, Tennessee, the home of Motlow State. Swing and a foul tip. Maddie, a .374 average. Five homers with 14 RBI. Runner on second, that is Maddie Shinton. Or pardon me, that's Mally Grizzle. And that is tracked down by Heidi Johnson. Heidi keeping that in the infield and surely saving a run by doing so. A beautiful play by Heidi Johnson. Granted, she did not get an out there, but she certainly saved a run. As Mally Grizzle at third and Maddie Goad at first now. Anaya Dawson, the batter. Anaya, the right fielder. A freshman from Goodlettsville, Tennessee, right there in the Nashville area. Swung on out to center field and tracked down by Pemberton. The runner tags, and it's a 3-0 ball game. The sacrifice fly from Anaya Dawson. Two outs for the next batter, the left fielder, Caitlin Dillard. Dillard looks at a good pitch, but it is a ball. If Caitlin can get on, we'll see the catcher, Kylie Irwin. The Lady Pioneers already at their number 8 batter here in the bottom of the first. The pitch is high. The 3-0 pitch coming from Giselle Tankersley. It's a strike. The runner goes, and that runner makes it into second base. The throw, for all intent and purposes, hitting Goad in the face. Heidi Johnson doing a great job of even tracking that down. Ella Blancett's throw a little off target. A 3-1 count with 2 outs and a runner on second. Dropping the bunt. Surprise, surprise. Tankersley firing it over to first. They get the out there. So that is the third out. But the Lady Pioneers striking first here in the bottom of the first with a 3-0 score.
Yeah, always leveling up her game. Soon she'll be ready to start building worlds and bringing them to life. How about Tony? He's forging ahead, learning how he can build his own business and help others. And Timothy? He's flipping the script and charting his own path. Soon he'll be reaching new heights with his degree. What do they all have in common? They're always moving forward. So what's stopping you? Elevate your skills and conquer your tomorrow at Southwest Tennessee Community College.
And it will pit at least one of the teams that played yesterday and kind of surprised everybody. That's Southwest Tennessee, the Lady Salukis, the number 10 seed, surprising the number 7 seed, Pellissippi State, yesterday. The Lady Salukis hitting 3 home runs in 1 inning yesterday. They exploded offensively. Chat State, the number 2 seed, up against the Lady Salukis. That's a 12:30 start, scheduled start for Game 2 today. Then will be followed up by the number 4 seed against the number 5. That would be Dyersburg State and Roane State, respectively. And we'll cap off the day with the number 3 seed, Walter State Lady Senators. They'll face Jackson State, who got past Columbia State yesterday. But that got real interesting. Haley Gamblin yesterday for Columbia State, hitting a 3-run homer in the bottom of the 7th, but Columbia State coming up 1 run short. They lose 5-4 yesterday and are thus eliminated. The batter is Ella Blancett. Ella, the catcher for Cleveland State. She'll be followed by Savannah Bennett and then Sloan Watson. Nielsen delivers, swung on, and I believe that was a little foul tip, so the count going 0-2. The windup from Grayson Nielsen. Swinging through it. The first out is a strikeout as Blancett goes down swinging.
The left fielder, number 88, Savannah Bennett.
Savannah Bennett started the game in the pitcher circle, but she's out in left field now. She, the batter. And Nielsen's pitch is a bit outside. The pitch. And the ump came so close to raising that right hand, but he elects not to. It goes 2-0. Bennett batting .286 this year. That's lifted out to center field, where Abby Merle tracks it down for the out. That's the second out of the inning.
Number 12, Sloan Watson.
The fly out by Bennett brings us to the first baseman, Sloan Watson. It's a 1-1 count. The umpire with a pretty tight strike zone thus far. Nielsen delivers. Swung on is Sloan. Going for the fences, but she swings under it. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Should Sloan Watson get on board, it's a young lady who hit one of the longest home runs I've seen in a while yesterday. That's Destiny Jensen, the designated player. She's on deck. The pitch outside to go 2-2. with 2 outs and nobody on. Hit over to third, and a nice play by Shinton, who tosses it over to Goad for the 3rd out. Sloan Watson grounds out to third, and with that, we'll step aside. This is the Game Time Sports Network.
Walters State. Our story is focused on student success. We're dedicated to creating an environment where our students can thrive, both in and outside of the classroom. So, what do you want to study? Pick a program. We've got over 150 of them. Some are transfer programs that prepare you to transition to a 4-year school after you graduate. We also have regionally and nationally recognized programs that immediately make you career ready. Visit us at ws.edu or give us a call to get started today. Write your story at Walters State.
Jay Harper along with producer Jonas Harmon. This is the Game Time Sports Network. Bill Connolly, the public address announcer here. You'll also hear Bill from time to time on play-by-play as he and I swapping off on those duties between public address and play-by-play, giving each of us a little bit of a respite from the play-by-play. Richard Murray, our official scorekeeper. We're all one big, tight, close together, happy family up here in the press box. As Jonas Harmon, producer, I'm sitting in his lap, and we've become quite well acquainted. Giselle Tankersley still in the circle. Kylie Irwin. She the batter, Kylie the catcher. One ball, one strike. That's hit right at the center fielder, Pemberton, as the out is recorded.
Now batting the designated player, number 9, Kirsten Smith.
Kirsten Smith, the designated player, steps in now for the Lady Pioneers from the right-hand side. Kirsten, a sophomore, Louisville, Kentucky, she calls home. I think the Kentucky Derby's happening today, is it not, in Louisville? Three balls, no strikes from Giselle Tankersley, the pitcher for Cleveland State. I once visited the offices at Churchill Downs, and I was just blown away. Their main office, as Smith draws the walk, their main office has a full mural painted by Leroy Neiman, the famous sports artist, an impressionist artist. I know he's not a lot of people's cup of tea, but I happen to love the guy's work. I've got several of his prints. And I just stood there and looked. I mean, it's massive in the Churchill Downs office. It's a full-sized original painting mural of horses running, of course. I mean, it's Churchill Downs after all. And just absolutely amazing. I wish that was back before camera phones. Believe me, I would have taken a photo of that. One ball, one strike on the batter, Alyssa Dixon. Alyssa, the leadoff batter in the order, leads the team in stolen bases with 58. Alyssa doubled in her initial at-bat. A 1-2 count on her. Swung on, and Heidi Johnson drifts under it, so a little bloop too short for the out.
Now batting the center fielder, number 77, Abby Merle.
Abby Merle, the center fielder, she walked her first time up. Two outs. Abby with that big open stance, and in fact her right foot almost out of the batter's box. It's right on the line. It's a ball from Tankersley. If Abby gets on base, we'll see the shortstop, Mally Grizzle. 59 degrees and plenty of sunshine here in Columbia. That is well hit, and Pemberton can't track it down out in center field. The runner being waved, and Merle belly flops into third with a triple. And the run does score. That makes it 4-0. Mally Grizzle, she reached on that miscommunication error out in right field earlier where Howard and Perry couldn't get together and the ball fell between them on a pop fly. A big cut coming up empty for the strike. Grizzle hitting .407 on the year. She's also got 6 homers and 41 RBI. Over to Johnson, a hot shot that she can't handle, and a run scores as Merle crosses the plate, 5-0.
Now batting the third baseman, number 00, Maddie Shinton.
So I believe that probably, will that be scored an infield single or an error? Okay, we're going to charge an error to Johnson at short. There's a strike from Tankersley. The pitch to Shinton is high. So Mally Grizzle at first base, both the times she's reached have been as a result of an error. So she's leading a charmed life here thus far today. Swung on, popped up. Tankersley's calling for it. No, and now Jayla Young. They're calling it a foul ball now. The home plate umpire, I have worked several games, and I apologize, I forget the man's name, but nobody has a better time umpiring a game than the gentleman behind the plate, and I've got to go back and talk to him and get his name again. He does a terrific job, and that is strike 3. That will retire the side. So Shinton goes down on strikes. We'll go ahead and take a quick break. We've got a game that the Lady Pioneers have taken charge thus far. All right, what are they doing here?
The base was occupied, though.
Okay. So Maddie Goad is coming back to the plate, up to the plate. So, something transpiring here. I'm hoping the official score up here fills me in on what just happened.
They're going to say it dropped third strike, and they were to advance, but I thought that she would be out because the base was occupied. But they're going to say drop third strike.
All right. They're saying a drop third strike that allowed the inning to continue. That swung on and fouled out of play. Well, if you're confused, don't feel too left out. I'm right there with you. Runner on second. The pitch high from Tankersley. Popped up, but foul. The batter is Maddie Goad. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Maddie Shinton is at second. There's a foul ball. So again, they are saying that Maddie Shinton, who is down at second base, it was a drop third strike on her. She charged down to first and got there, and there was no throw, and so thus the inning continued. As that pitch is high, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hit sharply. That gets past Heidi Johnson. And coming around to score is Shinton. Seven nothing.
Now batting the right fielder, number 1, Anaya Dawson.
Anaya Dawson comes in now. That is a double by Maddie Goad. As that gets past the shortstop, Heidi Johnson. That was a hot shot. Anaya Dawson, the batter. Anaya, the right fielder, flied out to center. And Dawson looks at a pitch that is high. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. That will wrap us up. So we have now reached the bottom of the, we'll head to the top of the inning now. The bottom of the second has been concluded, as we now will step aside while we kind of figure out what the heck just happened. No, I kid you, as we now move on. I'm Jay Harper, Game Time Sports Network.
Yeah, always leveling up her game. Soon she'll be ready to start building worlds and bringing them to life. How about Tony? He's forging ahead, learning how he can build his own business and help others. And Timothy? He's flipping the script and charting his own path. Soon he'll be reaching new heights with his degree. What do they all have in common? They're always moving forward. So what's stopping you? Elevate your skills and conquer your tomorrow at Southwest Tennessee Community College.
Jay Harper, Game Time Sports Network. I've got Bill Connolly here. He is the public address announcer. He's also an umpire and kind of knows way more about all the rules than I do. And he is right next to our official scorer, Richard Murray, and they have been able to determine what transpired, Bill, that last half inning.
so therefore she was allowed to continue. And with 2 strikes, she's not automatically out, but even with first base being occupied. So she was able to advance that way, and that's how that play unfolded.
All right, Bill. Thank you for clarifying what happened there. And I did hear the official scorer, Richard Murray, comment that he had never seen that before. And he's been scoring and watching these games for many, many years. The batter is Destiny Jensen. Destiny with a monster home run yesterday in that run rule game against Motlow State. One ball, 2 strikes. Waiting on deck is Milan Pemberton, the center fielder. Lifted out to right field, and the catch is made for the out. Milan Pemberton, the center fielder, stepping in. The pitch from Grayson Nielsen misses up and away. The pitch high and outside once again to go 2-0. Pemberton batting .202 on the year. She's had limited action this season. There's a strike from Nielsen. Nice crowd here on a Saturday, a beautiful Saturday. There's a strike as well from Nielsen. That makes the count go even at 2-2 with 1 out. The top of the order waits. That's Giselle Tankersley on deck. Down on strikes goes Pemberton. 2 away, so we are at the leadoff batter, Giselle Tankersley.
For the Cougars, the pitcher, number 10, Giselle Tankersley.
Tankersley with the lone hit for the Lady Cougars thus far. As Grayson Nielsen rather efficient in the circle. That pitch just off the plate inside. Heidi Johnson waiting on deck. 4 strikeouts thus far for the pitcher Nielsen. The catcher Kylie Irwin wishing to chat with her pitcher Grayson Nielsen. Grayson is a tall drink of water. They don't list the heights here for volunteer state pitchers, but she is a very tall, slender young lady. Tankersley stepping back in from the left-hand side. A 2-0 count with 2 outs. Tankersley gets a piece of it to go 2-1. Just missing a bit low. A 3-1 count on the Lady Cougar pitcher, Giselle Tankersley. Giselle did not start the game, but came in the middle of the at-bat by the number 2 hitter in the game. Out to left field, chasing it down and calling for it is the left fielder Dillard, and that'll do it for the top of the inning. Moving along in this one, we are breezing through this. I mean, shoot, we've only been playing for about 40 minutes, and we're halfway through this one. I'm Jay Harper, Game Time Sports Network.
In 1967, West Tennessee's first community college opened its doors. In the decades since, graduates have made a name for themselves as healthcare professionals, community leaders, business owners, veterans, educators, and so much more. With 3 generations of Jackson State graduates leading the way, the future has never looked brighter for West Tennessee. We are your community college. We are Jackson State.
Chat State will take on the Salukis of Southwest Tennessee.
I chose Columbia State because it was very convenient, it's close to home.
I get a real sense of community, a sense of family.
I absolutely fell in love with the campus and the faculty and the programs and everything like that, and it was so awesome for me.
Explore your opportunities.
This is the Game Time Sports Network. It should be pointed out that at the conclusion of this game, by the way, it looks like we're going to have a new pitcher for Cleveland State. We'll get to that here in a bit. But at the conclusion of this game, there will be awards presentations for Player of the Year, Coach of the Year, Team of the Year. Just all kinds of accolades will be dispersed after this game, and we'll keep the live stream going for that now. So we hope you'll stay with us. I think just by looking at her face that this is Sierra Howard. Yep, that's who it is. Saw Sierra at breakfast. We're all staying at the same hotel here in Columbia. Saw Sierra at breakfast the other day and was saying, hey, you know, we're doing the live stream and stuff, and we're going to be doing interviews down on the field. She said, ooh, interview me. And most of the time, you know, when you say you're going to be doing interviews on the field, everybody, like, shies away. Oh, God, not me, not her. Like, yeah, interview me. So she will be in the circle now.
Ready to left field for the Cougars, number 10, Giselle Tankersley.
So Giselle Tankersley, she will move from the pitcher circle back out to left field. And Sierra Howard, the pitcher now. Sierra is a sophomore from Georgetown, Tennessee. This will be her 24th appearance of the season. She has...
The bottom of the third inning for the Pioneers, the left fielder, number 2, Caitlin Dillard.
Sierra Howard has pitched more innings than and more appearances than any other Cleveland State pitcher. 6.21 ERA, a 3-6 record. 85 2/3 innings pitched this year. The batter is Caitlin Dillard. A 3-0 count. And it's a strike to go, 3-1. Reaching across the plate and sending a foul ball rocket over to the Volunteer State dugout where everybody scatters. A full count, 3-2. Another thing I like about the home plate umpire, and again, I apologize, I've forgotten the man's name, is the fact that he is very demonstrative in giving the strike, ball and strike count. He'll hold up the strike almost after every pitch, which for guys like me is greatly appreciated. For some reason, there are home plate umpires that think the strike count is some deep, dark secret and rarely give the strike and ball and strike count, but not this man. A full count. Swung on, hit over to Johnson. It's short, and she swipes at it but can't come up with it. Ivy having a little bit of a rough time at short, which is certainly not something that we normally see. That is Heidi's second error of the game. Again, uncharacteristic for her. Kylie Irwin, the batter. Kylie, the Lady Pioneer catcher who flied out to center in her initial at bat. Kylie, Thompson Station, Tennessee native, a sophomore. And the throw gets out to center field, but Dillard electing to stay put over at second base. Two balls, no strikes on the batter. The Lady Pioneer catcher, Kylie Irwin. Thompson Station, if you're not familiar, beautiful area. I live in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, which is really not all that far from Thompson Station. Three balls, one strike on the Vol State catcher, and she looks at a strike. We go full now. Sierra Howard. She takes her base, the base on balls. It appears that Coach Lynn is going to have a pinch runner for the catcher. Coming in to pinch run is number 27, Savannah White. So Savannah White will take the catcher's place at first base. That's Irwin after she just walked.
Pinch running for Volunteer State, number 27, Savannah White. Now batting, the designated player, number 9, Kirsten Smith.
Kirsten Smith steps in. She's the DP and the number 9 batter. She'll be followed by the leadoff batter, of course. That's Alyssa Dixon. Nobody out. Runners at first and third. The pitch is high, and taking off for second base is the runner. Again, that's Savannah White, number 27. Two runners in scoring position, second and third. Just missing outside. Outside once again, the count going 3-0. Jayla Young having a word with her pitcher. She now makes her way back over to the third base position. The 3-0 pitch coming, and it's ball 4. Bases are loaded, nobody out for the number 1 seed, Lady Pioneers. And you've got the top of the order up.
Second baseman, number 15, Alyssa Dixon.
Smith, that her second walk of the day. So a very precarious situation happening here for Cleveland State as they are down 7-0. The top of the order they're facing, bases loaded. This could certainly be the crucial pivot of the game where things just can get totally out of hand for the Lady Cougars. There's a strike from Sierra Howard. Sierra coming into the circle to start this inning, replacing the pitcher, Giselle Tankersley, who started the game in left field. She's back out there in left field now. That's popped up, and Ella Blansett collects it for the first out. That really couldn't have been a better outcome given the circumstances. Abby Merle. She went trucking around the bases and ended up at third base her last time up. She looks at a ball. Abby, always with a smile. One of the most optimistic, happy kids. And a great player. Looks at a strike from Sierra Howard. Last year, I was giving out T-shirts to players of the game. The Game Time Sports Network T-shirts. By the way, we will have our keyword of the game here in just a bit, and I'll tell you what that's about. But anyway, Abby was a player of the game in one of the games I covered for Cleveland State. Gave her a T-shirt, and you thought I had given her a pot of gold. 3-1 count. Base is still loaded with Lady Pioneers. The pitch to Merle is high. That walks in run number 8. Mally Grizzle, the batter.
Batting the shortstop, number 29, Mally Grizzle.
Still just one out. Mally, she has reached twice, and both times she reached as the result of an error. First an error out in right field, then an error by the shortstop. First pitch is outside. Maddie Shinton, the third baseman, waits on deck. That call to strike looked a bit inside, but nonetheless, it's a 1-1 count with one out. Big cut. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Low and outside. It's the shortstop, Molly Gristle, at the plate. The count going even at 2-2 on the foul ball. We go full once again. And walking in, another run. This is just not turning out well for the Lady Cougars. Coach Ellie Carroll making the slow walk out to the pitcher circle. Looks like she's just chatting as opposed to making a pitching change. This the first game of the day. We'll be following up with a 12:30 scheduled start. We'll see how that plays out. After this game, we will have an awards presentation where the all-conference players will be introduced and acknowledged. Also, Coach of the Year, Player of the Year, etc. will be awarded. And we'll have that. We won't be cutting off the cameras, so we'll keep that going for you. But after this game, the next game is Chattanooga State and Southwest Tennessee, scheduled for a 12:30 start. It's a first pitch strike from Sierra Howard to the third baseman, Maddie Shinton, who's grounded out and struck out. Base is still loaded. It's currently 9-0, even though the scoreboard here says 8-0. They've been having some problems with that thing. I believe, it got a number of things have been struck by lightning here on the campus. And in fact, there was a tornado that struck Dave Hall Field behind us here, the baseball complex, and tore up the fence. So they get the force at home on the fielder's choice.
Now batting the first baseman, number 5, Maddie Goad.
Shinton reaches on that fielder's choice. Maddie Goad, the batter now. 2 outs. Swinging on the first pitch. Pemberton comes after it and makes the play. But not before the Lady Pioneers put 2 more across.
Walters State, our story is focused on student success. We're dedicated to creating an environment where our students can thrive, both in and outside of the classroom. So, what do you want to study? Pick a program. We've got over 150 of them. Some are transfer programs that prepare you to transition to a 4-year school after you graduate. We also have regionally and nationally recognized programs that immediately make you career ready. Visit us at ws.edu or give us a call to get started today. Write your story at Walters State.
Yeah, always leveling up her game. Soon she'll be ready to start building worlds and bringing them to life. How about Tony? He's forging ahead, learning how he can build his own business and help others. And Timothy? He's flipping the script and charting his own path. Soon he'll be reaching new heights with his degree. What do they all have in common? They're always moving forward. So, what's stopping you? Elevate your skills and conquer your tomorrow at Southwest Tennessee Community College.
I'm Jay Harper, Game Time Sports Network, along with producer Jonas Harmon. We do have award ceremonies after this game, and then we'll get to the second game of the day. That's the number 2 seed Chattanooga State facing the number 10 seed Southwest Tennessee. The Lady Salukis of Southwest They get here today by surprising and upsetting Pellissippi State yesterday. Southwest, the number 10 seed. Pellissippi State's number 7 seed. That's a 12:30 scheduled start. Again, that is kind of flex. It's a flexible schedule due to the award ceremony, but that's what we're hoping for is a 12:30 start for that Chat State Southwest Tennessee game. In the pitcher circle, it is Grayson Nealon. And I have been mispronouncing that young woman's name. First pitch swinging, and the throw gets sailed by the third baseman as Shenton throws it over everyone.
Now batting the second baseman, number 16, Miley Howard.
So Heidi Johnson reaches on the error.
Hey, Katie, what kind of timeline are we looking at after the end of this game?
So again, it's Grayson Nealon. I had a hard time reading the lineup handwriting, so I guess you can blame that on me. But again, I apologize to Grayson and her family and friends. It's Grayson Nealon, and I do want to thank the voice of the Pioneers, my pal Tim Reese, for pointing that out to me. He sends me a text and says, excuse me, but you got the kid's name wrong. Nealon throws it over to first and gets the out as Miley Howard is retired.
Now batting the third baseman, number 2, Jayla Young.
Jayla Young, the batter. She flied out her last time up, the third baseman. Runner on third. So I think that's the first base runner that has reached third base for the Lady Cougars today. It's a strike by Grayson Nealon. Got to keep saying her name to make up for me messing it up. Dropping a bunt. The run scores. Young is out at first. 9-1. 2 outs.
Now batting the catcher, number 11, Ella Blancett.
Ella Blancett, the catcher. Now the batter for the Lady Cougars. Ella batting .230. 4 homers this season. That gets past the catcher. Actually, I guess she was hit. Was Blancett apparently hit by the pitch? Must have caught her on the foot. There's a big railing in front of us here in the press box, and can't really see a good portion of the batter's box here. So if a pitch does hit somebody in the lower body, I can't see it. But nonetheless, 2 outs here, runner on first for the Lady Cougars. We'll get to our keyword of the day, of the game, I should say. Keyword of the game here. Okay, what is that about? Well, every game we're giving a keyword, and if you will email that keyword to info@GameTimeSportsNetwork.com, you'll be eligible to win a nice video camera along with some Game Time Sports Network swag. We'll ship it out to you, and it's not an effort just to collect email addresses to send you a bunch of garbage spam emails, so you don't have to worry about that. Anyway, we'll get to more details on that here shortly. There's the first pitch. That is a strike. This is Sierra Howard up at the plate. Man, swinging for the fences. Coming up empty to go 0-2 with 2 outs, a runner on. Cleveland State managing to get a run across this inning. So the shutout off the table. The pitch from Nealon is high. That pops out of the catcher's mitt. So Kylie Irwin has that one squeak out of her glove. That allows Blancett to skip down to second base. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second. Sierra Howard, the batter, with, believe Sloan Watson. Yeah, that's Sloan in the on-deck circle. And Nealon. She comes up with the strikeout to retire the side. Again, I'm Jay Harper, Game Time Sports Network. All right. Every game we've been doing a keyword of the game. And if you are interested in perhaps winning a nice video camera, it's brand new. It's not some worn out thing that we're retiring here on the network. It's a brand new camera. Worth close to $200. I'll ship it out to you. Or I'll have somebody ship it out to you. And also a Game Time Sports Network T-shirt. We've got nice, those insulated mugs. The big coffee cups and stuff. Got some other things. Anyway, we'll ship all that out to you. Today's games will each have a keyword of the game. So the more you send in, the more your chances improve to win this nice little video camera. The key word of this game is slide. Slide, S-L-I-D-E. So if you're interested perhaps in coming up with a nice video camera, you can email the word slide to GameTimeSportsNetwork.com, info@GameTimeSportsNetwork.com. And who knows, you might get yourself a nice little video camera and some other stuff. You can proudly wear a Game Time Sports Network T-shirt. Boy, won't that be a thrill, huh? I tell you what, though, the thermos, the big insulated cups, they're cool, though. So I think you'll like that. So anyway, slide is the keyword of the game. You can email info@GameTimeSportsNetwork.com. As we've been saying, there will be an awards presentation to a number of young ladies and coaches and such here at the conclusion of this game. We'll keep the cameras and the stream running for that. And at the conclusion of all that, we'll take a break and then fire up the stream for Game 2. And you can find it at GameTimeSportsNetwork.com and hopefully our social media platforms as well. They can be a bit finicky at times. The batter is Anaya Dawson, the right fielder. I see we have gotten an email from Maggie Franzen, who is, Maggie emailed us one of the keywords yesterday. Maggie has emailed slide. Way to go, Maggie. And she also emphatically states, go Walter State. So, yes, her allegiance is no secret. Thank you, Maggie, for viewing and for sending that in. 3 balls and no strikes. Sierra Howard still in the circle for the Lady Cougars. Four-pitch walk. Caitlin Dillard will step in now for the Lady Pioneers.
The left fielder, number 2, Caitlin Dillard.
Looks like we are going to have a pitching change as Coach Haley Carroll is electing to bring in Reagan Frakes from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Reagan is a freshman. Seen Reagan pitch on a number of occasions. This will be her 17th appearance of the season. 40 in the third innings to her credit this year. A 1-0 record. 4.69 ERA. So, Sierra Howard, her day done for the moment anyway. As you know, you can put these pitchers back in. But Reagan Frakes, again, I always find it interesting. You know, in baseball, they'll be out there warming up in the bullpen for 2 days and then finally come in and then warm up on the mound for, another 10 minutes. Boy, in softball, they come jogging in from the dugout and they just start throwing. It's like, yeah, no messing around. No big long warm-ups or any of that. The base gets stolen by Dawson as Caitlin Dillard is the batter, the left fielder. Nobody out. Runner on second. Didn't mean to swing. That is foul. That gets past the shortstop, Johnson. It's a seeing eye single by the left fielder, Caitlin Dillard.
Now batting, the catcher, number 7, Kylie Irwin.
Still nobody out with runners at first and third for Kylie Irwin, the catcher, who now steps in from the left-hand side. The runner goes to second, but they're not buying it. Keeping that runner at third. That's Anaya Dawson at third. And Dillard now at second base. The off-speed pitch from Frakes is high. The count goes 3-0. That will load the bases with nobody out. As Kirsten Smith, now the batter, the DP. Kirsten has walked in both of her appearances thus far. Frakes delivers. High and outside for ball one. Inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Once again, the Lady Pioneers have a bases loaded situation and nobody out. There's a strike from Frakes. Reagan again, a freshman from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Lawrenceburg County High is where she attended. We go 3-1 now. We're a pitch away from perhaps making it a 10-1 game. No, we've got a strike, so Reagan puts it in there to go full at 3-2. Staying alive and fouling it off as everybody runs for cover on the foul ball in the Cougar dugout. That's hit out to right center. Is anybody going to track it down? No. Pemberton can't get it. 1 run scores, 2 runs score. It is a double for the DP, the number 9 hitter, Kirsten Smith. She had walked a couple of times prior, but now she makes good with the double to right center.
Now batting the second baseman, number 15, Alyssa Dixon.
That makes it an 11-1 game, and now you're back to the top of the order. It still doesn't get any easier. Still nobody out. A first pitch strike from Reagan Frakes. Abby Merle waiting on deck. When this game concludes, I will attempt to head down to the field to get a word with the winning coach or perhaps a winning player or two. And then, of course, the award ceremonies will be taking place at the conclusion of this game. We've loaded the bases back up on the base on balls to Dixon.
Now batting the center fielder, number 77, Abby Merle.
Abby Merle's been on base 3 times, 2 via the base on balls, and 1 was a triple. Heidi Johnson stops the hot shot but can't make a play. At least she keeps it in the infield. Another run scores. Mally Grizzle is the batter. As the inning just keeps on keeping on. Makes it a 12-1 game. Still nobody out. Apologize for sneezing in your ear. Couldn't hit the mute button fast enough. You know, they just come on you so quick sometimes. 1-1. And there is a strike to go 1-2. A 2-2 count. Bases full of Lady Pioneers, and still nobody out. Getting just a little foul tip is Grizzle. Malley, the shortstop. A .407 average when the day started with 6 homers. The count full. Swung on, but fouled out of play. And that is another run walked in.
Now batting the third baseman, number 00, Maddie Shinton.
Maddie Shinton, the batter, with a 13-1 score. Nobody out. Bases remain loaded. As that gets past Blancett. And with that, Dixon crosses the plate to make it 14-1. This has just not been Cleveland State's day. Of course, not to take anything, of course, away from Volunteer State. They are the number 1 seed for a reason. They are number 18 in the country for a reason in the NJCAA. Haley Carroll coming out to chat with the umpire. Carroll checking on her catcher, Ella Blancett. Maybe she detects that she might be having some sort of physical issue or something. Game 2 is scheduled to begin at 12:30. We'll see how that plays out since there is an award ceremony after this game. So quite a bit of discussion here about a variety of things. Reagan Frakes still in the pitcher circle. No change there. Again, not clear on what all is transpiring here. So apparently Coach Haley Carroll just giving some of the players an opportunity, perhaps some of the sophomores, that this appears it may be their last game. There's going to be some subs here. Swung on and fouled. Jayla Young snagging it.
He doesn't have a 34. There is a 44. So he's got to be 44.
It's an 0-2 count. Runners on second and third. As Maddie Shinton, the batter. Well, since there is the awards presentation after this game, I will dispense with, that's actually a fair ball. That goes down all the way into the corner. That will clear the bases. It's a double now for Maddie Shinton to make it 16-1. So again, I will dispense with the post-game discussion with the winning coach, which, let's face it, appears to be Coach Christian Lynn for Volunteer State. So we won't have any more disruption to things when the game concludes so that the awards ceremony can get underway.
Number 34, Haley Deering.
We have a pinch hitter. This is Haley Deering. She grounds it into the dirt, And Heidi Johnson makes the play and gets the out. And do we have another pinch hitter?
Pioneers, number 12, Jordan Lucas.
We do indeed. Jordan Lucas now the batter with a .394 average coming into today. This will be her 39th appearance. Man, she lays into one. That is a home run. So adding insult to injury for Volunteer State. Jordan Lucas comes in with the pinch hit blast to make it 18-1.
All right, so 2 is out, 33 is pinch hitting for.
Here comes Haley Carroll out of the dugout. Still just one out here.
Pinch hitting for the Pioneers, number 33, Kendra McNeil.
Volunteer State coach Christian Lynn just emptying out his dugout, letting some players get in here and swing the bat. Kendra McNeil is now the batter. Number 33, a .298 average when the day started. Kendra is a sophomore from Nolensville. So it looks like Jayla Young is going to pitch. Jayla moving over from third base. Looks like Reagan Frakes is going to move over to first. And Sloan Watson appears to assume the third base position.
Her number was 12. Jordan Lucas, no, volunteer.
That's what I'm saying. Jordan Lucas playing catcher.
No, catcher was 7, Kylie Irwin.
Jayla Young continuing to take some warm-up tosses as Reagan Frakes will move out of the pitcher circle and head over to first base, while the first baseman, Sloan Watson, will move over to third to take the position where Jayla Young was. Again, Reagan Frakes moves out of the circle to take first base. So number 33 will step in. This is Kendra McNeil. Okay. 18-1. Yes, if you are looking at that and going, is that right? Yeah, I'm afraid so if you are a Cleveland State fan. That pitch outside for a 1-0 count. Still just one out. Nobody on base after the home run. Jordan Lucas came in pinch hitting and hits a homer. That was actually her first home run of the year. How about that? A sophomore from Fredonia, New York, is Jordan Lucas. A 3-1 count with one out. 3-2.
You're up 17. Don't be looking for a ball field.
Pemberton drifting back in center field. Makes the play for the second out.
8 pinch hitting for 7.
Willow Carden now the batter, the pinch hitter. She's pinch hitting for the catcher, Kylie Irwin. First pitch inside. Willow's a sophomore. She's from down the road in Manchester, Tennessee. Coffee County Central, her high school. The off-speed finds the plate for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. This half inning has gone on for quite some time. Hit sharply but foul. The 2-2. Now we go full 3-2. It's another base on balls as the inning continues.
17.
Charis Nichols will now be the batter.
Now pitch hitting for the Pioneers, number 17, Charis Nichols.
It's rare that Charis actually gets an at-bat. She primarily just comes in to pitch. But now she will be up at the plate with 2 outs and a runner on. It's a strike, first pitch strike from Jayla Young. This only Jayla's 6th appearance of the year in the circle. It's a 1-1 count with 2 outs. Changing speeds there, but a bit high. 2-1. Runner on first. Fouled. Left field line. That is a foul ball, so a 2-2 count with 2 down. Out to left field. Tankersley's under it and makes the play. Mercifully, the half inning coming to a close. That was a long one. 9 runs cross for the Lady Pioneers. We'll step aside for a bit and get to the top of the 5th on the Game Time Sports.
I chose Columbia State because it was very convenient, it's close to home.
I get a real sense of community, a sense of family.
I absolutely fell in love with the campus and the faculty and the programs and everything like that, and it was so awesome for me.
Explore your opportunities.
In 1967, West Tennessee's first community college opened its doors. In the decades since, graduates have made a name for themselves as healthcare professionals, community leaders, business owners, veterans, educators, and so much more. With 3 generations of Jackson State graduates leading the way, the future has never looked brighter for West Tennessee. We are your community college. We are Jackson State.
Back we are, and we've got a pitching change for the Lady Pioneers.
Over at first base, number 34.
It is number 91 in the circle, Mia Harper. I was kidding Mia that, hey, she's from Texas. I originally from Texas. We might be cousins. And she didn't really seem all enthralled about that.
Leading off the top of the 5th inning for the Cougars. Number 12, Sloan Watson.
Sloan Watson will lead things off in the inning. Sloan, she moved over to third base. She was playing first.
She pitched 12, pitch hit, but did not stay in the game. So 1 re-entered.
So we'll get you some stats for Mia. She actually one of the top pitchers for this Fall State team. This will be her 21st appearance. She's only got a 1.87 ERA and 11-3 record. 63 and 2/3 innings of work.
33 going catch.
So there are all kinds of defensive replacements here that just don't have time to get into. We're trying to make heads or tails out of who all's playing where. I can tell you that Abby Merle, she's still out in the center. And Dawson, she's still in right. Dixon, she is now at second base. Of course, she was always at second, but we do still have some defensive replacements. Kirsten Smith was the DP. She's now out in left field. It's a 2-2 count on Sloan Watson. The pitch is low. It goes full on Watson, 3-2. Needless to say, but I'll say it anyway, Cleveland State, they would have to score 9 runs here to prevent from being run ruled. Down on strikes, 1 away. Destiny Jensen, the batter. She is the designated player. Destiny with that monster home run yesterday. Looks at an inside corner pitch for a strike. Fouled away. An 0-2 hole quickly for Destiny Jensen. Milan Pemberton. She is on deck. Two away. Vol State 1 out away from wrapping this one up. At which time we will have some awards presentations, and then we'll take a break and get to today's second game That will pit the number 2 seed Chat State against the number 10 seed Southwest Tennessee. Missing outside. At the conclusion of this, I'm going to turn the microphone over to public address announcer Bill Connolly so that you can really hear what's going on for the awards presentation. Three balls and a strike with 2 outs. Again, we'll keep it right here for the awards. As Mia Harper loses Pemberton on the base on balls, that brings up the top of the order with Giselle Tankersley.
Now hitting the left fielder, number 10, Giselle Tankersley.
So it's a hit batsman.
Now batting the shortstop, number 9, Heidi Johnson.
The shortstop, Heidi Johnson, now the batter. And poor Heidi, she's had a rough day at short. She is a fine shortstop, but she's had some tough luck over there today. It's a first pitch strike from Mia Harper. 2 runners on for the Lady Cougars. Outside and a bit low as well. The count goes to 2-1. That's hit out to center field, and it is gone. The Lady Cougars not going away with a whimper. Heidi Johnson, a 3-run home run. That makes it 18-4. So the Lady Cougar bats, or at least one bat has come alive with Heidi Johnson clearing the fence. That is Heidi's 2nd home run of the year. The batter is Miley Howard.
But you know yourself, though, if you have 4 games, I'd rather stay a little ahead if we can get it.
We did yesterday. That's why it used to be a 2-hour between games. Now they're 1 to 2.5. So the next 2 games, they'll be out on the field throwing up their arms in the outfield while they drag the field. Worse up there than it is down here.
A 2-0 count, 2 outs.
Worse up there than it is down here.
Heidi Johnson with a 2-out, 3-run homer.
Oh, God. Baseball takes forever.
The pitch outside. Three and 0. That's a 3-1 count now. If Miley can get on board, we'll see Jayla Young, who started the game at third but is in the pitcher's circle the last half inning. The base on balls keeps the inning alive. Jayla Young, the batter.
Now batting the pitcher, number 2, Jayla Young.
They got to get it to 7. If it's 8, then that's the run rule. So they got to get it to 7. So they got to score 7 more.
It's a strike to Young. The 1-1 count, 2 down, and a runner on first. Harper having a little trouble finding the plate. That's what they used to say when I pitched. That's over the left fielder's head, Dillard. Actually, that's Smith now out in left field. Another run crosses the plate. That makes it 18-5. So Nealon, she is back in the circle as Coach Christian Lynn is like, look, let's go ahead and try to close this thing out. So Grayson Nealon will return to the pitcher's circle. Just not Mia's day. I'm sure Coach Lynn was just trying to give Mia a little bit of work as she's just been kind of hanging out in the dugout, maybe just, again, wanting her to loosen up a bit, get a little bit of work in.
After the conclusion of this game, we'll have all the teams come onto the field. I'll call you onto the field for the 2026 All TCCAA Awards. We'll do that immediately after this game here.
So you may have heard that from public address announcer Bill Conley. We'll have the awards presentation, and we'll turn the mic over to him here so that you can get a good taste of what's going on rather than me rattling at you. Ella Blansett is the batter, the Lady Cougar catcher. Grayson Nealon started the game in the circle, was removed while Mia Harper came up in mop-up duty, but Mia just couldn't get it done as Blansett fouls it down the left field line.
direction after the ceremony. The game 2 will start. The 12:30 game between the Chattanooga State Tigers and the Southwest Tennessee State Salukis will take place 20 minutes after the conclusion of the award ceremony.
So there's the latest tidbit on that.
For the Cougars now batting number 8, Reagan Freight.
So it looks like Lily Griffiths will now be stepping in to hit.
Hitting for the Cougars, number 44, Lily Griffiths.
Lily, a sophomore. The pitch from Nealon. Swung on and missed. Griffiths out in front of that pitch as Nealon took something off. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Strike 2. A strike away from closing this game out. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. And Lily Griffiths, the batter for Cleveland State. So Nealon comes in and takes care of business, as that will shut her down and make it a final at 18-5. So we'll pause for just a bit.
State advances in the winner's bracket and will play tomorrow at 3:30 for Game 7. Cleveland State will be back in action tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
So Cleveland State will now transition to the quote-unquote losers bracket. So again, we'll keep it right here.
At this time, with all TCCAA softball teams, start making your way to the field at this time for the award ceremony, which will start in about 10 minutes.
So we're just going to leave it here, and we'll return shortly on the Game Time Sports Network.
In 1967, West Tennessee's first community college opened its doors. In the decades since, graduates have made a name for themselves as healthcare professionals, community leaders, business owners, veterans, educators, and so much more. With 3 generations of Jackson State graduates leading the way, the future has never looked brighter for West Tennessee. We are your community college. We are Jackson State.
see anybody. Is it Nia Mullins?
Yeah.
From Walters. Madison Lanier. Jazz Watkins. Salem Odell. Jordan Pena. Walters.
Yeah.
Emma McTavish. Is it Pillon? Pillon?
Pillion.
Pillion?
There's a 9 there.
Pillion. Uberoth. Rule. Silguero. Bernice.
Bernice Silguero. Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to welcome to the field to present the 2026 All Tennessee Community College Athletic Association softball team, Ms. Sissy Holt, the Vice President for Student Affairs at Columbia State, along with Katie Willingham, the Region 7 Women's Director, and Mike Campbell, the Tennessee Community College Athletic Association Commissioner. With our first award, we would like to recognize the winner of the James Sigliano Trophy. This trophy was named after a longtime TCCAA Hall of Fame member from Cleveland State and former TCCAA Commissioner, the late James Sigliano. This award goes to the winners of the regular season in the Tennessee Community College Athletic Association. And with a 27-3 conference record, the winners, the Volunteer State Lady Pioneers.
He just said that he had, that was the one thing he left up here.
So is he getting it? So I'm gonna wait for him.
Yeah, he's coming out.
Okay.
Just
The
say
one
we're
thing
waiting on the trophy.
Yeah.
You want me to run this camera, Jay?
Again, congratulations to the Volunteer State Lady Pioneers. At this time, we would like to please come to home plate to receive your recognition for being named to the All TCCAA second team. The pitcher from Dyersburg State Community College, Ella Chilton. From Chattanooga State Community College, pitcher Aaliyah Coble. The catchers from Roane State Community College, Emily Hawks. And from Volunteer State, Kylie Irwin. Your second team utility players from Columbia State, Haley Gamblin. From Volunteer State, Alyssa Dixon. Also from Volunteer State, Mally Grizzle. From Walter State, Nia Mullins. From Dyersburg State, Madison Lanier. And from Motlow State, Anna Wood. Your second team utility player from Chattanooga State, Layla Turner. Your second team designated player from Chattanooga State, Allie Fleck. The second team outfielders from Dyersburg State, Jazz Watkins. From Chattanooga State, Salem Odell. From Walter State, Jordan Pina. And from Jackson State, Faith Holt. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you your second team all TCCAA second team. Thank you, ladies. Now, fans, we're going to recognize our first team all TCCAA as voted on by the coaches. First off, the pitchers. From Roane State, Emma McTavish. From Chattanooga State, Allie Fleck. And from Volunteer State, Caitlin Davis.
Casey Pillion. Pillion.
Your first team catcher from Walter State, Casey Pillion. Your first team infielders from Chattanooga State, Haley Uberoff. Also from Chattanooga State, from Roane State, from Walter State, Lauren Rule. And from Ball State, Maddie Goad. Your first team utility player from Ball State, Maddie Shinton. Your first team designated player from Walter State, Bernice Silguero. Your first team outfielders from Walter State, Addison Beach. From Ball State, Caitlin Dillard. Also from Ball State, Abby Merle. TCCAA, please give these ladies a big round of applause. Thank you, ladies. All right, fans, as the final part of our softball TCCAA recognition, we have 3 special awards to hand out. Again, these selections are voted on by the coaches. Your 2026 softball pitcher of the year from Roane State, Emma McTavish. Our next award, the 2026 TCCAA Player of the Year from Chattanooga State, Haley Uberoff. And finally, our last award, the 2026 Softball Coach of the Year from the Lady Pioneers of Volunteer State, Christian Lynn. Ladies and gentlemen, give all our recipients another big round of applause. Thank you, ladies. Our game 2 of today between the Tigers of Chattanooga State and Southwest Tennessee Salukis will take place at 12:30.
Well, you heard it. There you have public address announcer Bill Conley with the awards presentation. We're going to wrap up this live stream, and yep, we'll be firing up the next one with Chat State and Southwest Tennessee. It's been a great day thus far, and it ain't slowing down.